You're watching Old School Gamer Live. Boom shakalaka.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got brand new competition over here on Leagues Online. Please subscribe to Old School Gamer Live. Bring your gamepad and your pride. The competition's ramping up, and this is where you draw the line. If you got the passion, then you got the time. We got classic arcades. All you have to do is press rewind. From Nintendo, Capcom, Taito to Konami, Midway, Data East, Sega to Atari. Outrun anyone in an ever Ferrari. Become a rad racer, any board, and don't feel sorry. I'm battling waves of brigades, and it feels so gnarly. I'm jumping through hoops and circuses just like Charlie. My killing instinct, bashful, spectator lobbies will ruin the party. Turtle shows all over your body. We got King Creole brings the stress, no quarter brings the test. Bring your A game, shut your mouth enough and less. Here's the quest, are you ready for the competition? Recognition on leaderboard beyond our comprehension. Be that one, be that number one guy who will decide on Old School Gamer Live.
Welcome, friends. We have another episode of Old School Gamer Live coming straight at you. We have a fun one tonight. We have our friend Mark LEMMERT here. He has a really sweet new game he's been working on. We're going to check it out. We have a bunch of other stuff planned as well. So let's bring on our pals, Casey and Ryan. Good to see you guys. What is going on tonight?
What's going on? What's going on? Happy Thursday. Good to see everybody. What a hell
you guys
of a
forgot
week.
what I looked like, didn't you?
We did?
Yeah. We see our boy Ryan, and we see he got the shirts that we like. He got his Hawaiian shirt. I'm relaxed now because it's been a stressful week. But he got his Hawaiian shirt on. I'm feeling all relaxed and cool. Thank you for that.
This is the last week of school. I'm a school teacher as my day job. Old School Gamer is my passion project. So, last day of students being in yesterday. Last day of me is tomorrow. And I'm, of course, doing some stuff all summer. I've got my esports team I'm getting together with, but normal school stuff is done.
Nice. That has got to be a great feeling for you teachers out there. Holy crap, man. That would be awesome to be able to say that. I don't have to work for 3 months, and I'm sure you're doing something, but you're not going and doing the grind every single day. That would be a beautiful thing to have.
Binge watching.
Let's dive right into it. Guys, get your hashtags entered, and let me get this started. Actually, I better do this, huh? Our giveaway tool, hashtag OSGL into the chat there, and you will get entered to win this week. Let me get my screen cleared off here. Where is it? This week, we're giving away a Nintendo Mario puzzle. So get in on that. You're going to absolutely love it. It'll look beautiful hanging on your wall once you get that built up. So that's going to be the prize tonight, guys. We have a lot of the different stuff going on, a lot of prizes going on in the next couple of weeks. So hang in there, and you'll see what we're talking about very soon. Let's dive into our magazine update. Ryan, what we got, my friend?
What we got?
I didn't think I'd jump up that quick, but okay, sure. I've actually got two things to update you on magazine stuff. One is the magazine, the May issue. Everybody should have by now. I know I haven't been here a good month or so.
Okay,
but the online people have had access to this for about a month now. There's a print edition. It's in most of our mailboxes. If you haven't gotten it yet, it means you're kind of out in the boonies. If no Porter's got his, and he's out in the boonies, because I've been there.
Everybody's got those now, is what he's saying.
Except maybe the Canadians.
Yeah.
And those of you that are international, that are watching this from outside of U.S. and Canada, reminder, you can order the magazine through Amazon, and we're going to be updating those links in the issues really soon on stuff too. So.
Nice. I wanted to talk about the No Quarter Corner real quick before Ryan dives in. I don't know if you have anything else.
I've got one other thing I want to show off to you guys a little bit.
All right, go ahead. Dive into it. Well, then we'll talk about my stuff here.
Okay. Well, actually, just let's see if I save this. Adding something to the menu on the website literally right now.
Cool.
We ran a sale promoting these already, but I haven't put it so it's obvious to everybody. Let me see if I can get this to load up. Just a second. Bang, bang, bang. Doing 5 things at one time. That's kind of like the normal way around here, right?
Yep. I know all about it.
Waiting for it to load. Waiting for it to load. Waiting for it to load. Are we on 56K here or something, folks?
I think so.
Okay, let's see. I need to punch this screen to go on. Take over my screen. Right, present.
We got Prodigy.net and America Online.
Yeah,
Hey, we're retro gaming around here, guys, right?
pretty much. Let's see. Window. I need to choose the right window, don't I? How do I do that? Chrome tab window. See, you guys are too confusing to me. This is way too high tech for somebody like me. Let's see if I move that over there. Yes, I'm stalling. I'm a former mobile DJ. I know how to stall while the best man's like getting his shirt buttoned back up and okay, let's see. Window. There we go. We'll go onto the website.
All right, here we go. He's got it.
I've got the website up. So if you go into shirts, I'm going to make it something a little bit more obvious.
Oh, cool.
And link it up with a couple other places.
We got
merch.
merch.
Some cool screen printed shirts.
Nice.
And what you do is you're helping to keep Old School Gamer rocking. And they're on sale right now. So by the time it gets to you, including postage and stuff, it's going to cost you $25. But you get some unique designs we've made up.
Nice.
And some other designs that we've had artists make up for us. This one's one of my favorites. And I'm going to send Mr. Bushnell a copy of this. Let's see if it's going to load up for me.
Oh, wow.
Loading on screen. All of the best games are easy to learn and difficult to master. They should reward the first quarter and the 100th quarter. So you're going to be able to pick a white or a black shirt. You're going to be able to pick the size that you want. And we will ship it off to you. So we've got about 4 or 5 other designs we're working on, including some OSG Live stuff that I want to do up. We're going to be talking about that later.
Oh, cool.
And we'll be doing some other cool designs, especially for some of our people that are more involved in Old School Gamer, that are on our advisory boards and that kind of stuff. We're going to have some cool designs on that. And any of the cons that we do locally for us to that we're not flying to. So Midwestern based shows, Midwest Gaming Classic, Planet Comic-Con, some of the other cool stuff around here. We will be bringing this along with us. So you'll see an extra note that we're going to be offering shirts at some of these places, but you can't order them online. So why don't you move right into that? That'd be cool.
Yeah, let's talk about our tour real quick here, guys. Our next couple of stops here. Let me get my window here.
Des Moines Con this weekend.
Yep, this weekend, guys. Des Moines Con. Can we talk about this a little bit? This is a big boy.
Yeah, this is a general purpose Comic-Con, not just video games, not just retro video games like we love to do, but it's in my neck of the woods. I'm literally going to sleep in my own bed during this one. We are running a 20 by 40 gaming pavilion for them. We are pretty much their video gaming zone. Going to have a dozen arcade machines out there. If you happen to be in the Des Moines area and you happen to be watching this, and you happen to have Saturday or Sunday open, and you want to join me, email me, rb@oldschoolgamer.com. I'll get you in, help out the booth a little bit. I know we got some listeners, watchers in Iowa.
In other words,
if you want to come up, I'll provide you a couch, but you better hit the road about now.
He's always looking for laborers.
Yeah, laborers.
I've got it pretty well covered, but I want to be able to enjoy it a little bit, be able to wear my new cosplay I'm doing. Now, picture this.
I can't wait.
Okay, cosplay. I've got a Jedi robe on. I've got my Star Trek red shirt on.
Yeah.
And I've got a red lightsaber.
Oh, that's going to cause some real stiff energy and
I am a red shirt Sith.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be some.
You're going to get some attention.
Yeah.
I want to get the little eye
gonna
thing.
be there?
Yeah. So after Des Moines Con, we do have the Illinois Game Con coming up. If you want to flip back for me.
Yep.
Illinois Game Con. After that, a little bit, we've got which is gonna be a fun show. Video Game Summit in Chicago. Bloomington, Illinois. That one's a couple weeks away. That's been another fun show. We've been doing that for a while. It was the BN Video Game Con, but they kind of expanded their spread a little bit, and they're now covering all of Illinois. They were pretty much the largest show, short of Chicagoland. And Milwaukee kind of stuff, which is just north of Chicago, if you know your Midwest at all. That's going to be a fun show. They're going to have wrestling there. Walter Day is going to be there, and I know you have Walter come on soon, so he'll probably want to talk about that one some more, too.
Very, very cool. Yeah, Walter's on next week, actually, so we're excited about that.
So Video Game Summit after that. Classic Game Fest. We were just talking about that. Ooh, something's wrong with their site. I'll have to go and check.
That's weird.
Video Game Summit. Yeah. Okay, I'll get a hold of him. Video Game Summit's a cool Chicago-based show that a couple of our regulars are involved with. That's been fun. Classic Game Fest. The three of us were just talking about that a little bit ago down in Austin, Texas. Game On Expo, which will be a large format event in Phoenix. Vintage Computer Festival Midwest in Chicago. These are the guys that, well, our guest today is interested in this crowd. These are the people that celebrate these old things. Let me see if I can find one.
What you got here?
Celebrate floppy disks.
Oh,
Okay?
I recognize that
people,
sleeve.
These are people, we rocked with 160K on these suckers, man. You could store like 5 seconds of MP3 audio on this sucker.
Yep.
So,
5 seconds.
people celebrating Apple II and older computers. The Apple II are actually some of the newer computers at this show. There's people rocking
Damn.
old school.
Whoa.
And I don't think we've got it on the docket yet, but Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I know we're planning on. We're talking about that one also. Hey, I do have it up there. And our friends at Pinball Expo. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at the Pinball Expo one, but Game On Expo, cool show. Wait till you guys see that one. That was a fun show. Went to that show the first time last year. Exactly where I want to be in early August. I want to be in Phoenix, freaking Arizona, burning up like the rest of you guys.
Hot Phoenix.
John Lester runs a great show there. That's a fun event.
Very cool. So that's where we're going to be, guys. Old School Gamer Tour. I hope to see every one of you at every one of our stops. We're going to have an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything else for us, Ryan?
That's a nice amount for the one time I've been here in the whole month.
Yeah, you did real good. All right, we're going to move on over to our latest news now, guys. Casey, what have you got?
So, latest news this week. As you guys know, I like to dabble in emulation. I own these carts. Full disclosure. The stuff I emulate, I own. But I do want to mention that Nintendo is really cranking down, man. And we all know this has been happening since the Nesticle days. Remember that, No Quarter?
Oh, yeah. I love that stuff, man.
Nesticle, that was the first time I started emulating NES, and this was in, 98? And they've been shutting down since then. But now they're getting serious with it. They slap Steam and Valve and everybody. They're sending out cease and desist orders. They saying we are done. You guys are not releasing any emulation project. So Dolphin comes out with a statement and said, hey, it is indefinitely not happening. So you know what that means. We can't release this. What you think about that, No Quarter? Nintendo is ramping up. Xbox is saying, hey, we like emulation because it preserves the game, which I agree. A lot of these CD-based games would be lost if there was no emulation. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well,
Emulations also would get stuff released like the Atari 50 series. That was done through an emulation wrapper in some form. On stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, emulation, great. Stealing licensed stuff, not great. Right. I'm not a big fan. I mean, you can buy all these things out there with 10,000 things loaded. Yes. Okay. But the rights holders aren't getting their material.
Yeah, I understand that.
But we need to hold on to this old stuff. I mean, I was watching a video today. It's a 11-hour video about arcade stuff. And there's some game stuff, like the EM stuff, that's been forever lost because they couldn't even write a version of it for a computer of an EM game because they don't exist anymore. No one has one anymore.
Yeah.
So chronicling the old school stuff is very important.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword if you ask me.
Yeah, buddy.
What Ryan said, the people that made the game, put the work in, they don't get the credit, right? They don't get the money for it. But also at the same time, that stuff is being documented. It's being historically preserved, And so a lot of the times they would have just disappeared and evaporated into thin air if they weren't emulated. So it's just one of those sort of deals. It's you love to have it because I love playing the games, but I would love to give the credit to where the credit's due, and it's difficult to do, especially when you're 20 generations away from the original creator. How are you going to pay them? From buying a Pandora's box.
Right. A lot of stuff has been abandoned too. I mean, there's a lot of the abandonware level things too. So.
We're talking about properties that are 30, 40 years old now sometimes, and so and the companies have been defunct 15 times over. So yeah,
At least minimum.
so like there's really no real copyright holders, but Nintendo, they're a different story, aren't they?
Hey, Nintendo's not playing, and Richard Wadello hit it right on the head. He said, I can't say everything he said in this comment, but he said he dropped it on him, which is facts. And I see that Xbox, if you guys notice, Phil Spencer is using this as a marketing tactic. Read what he says. He says, it is a practice, emulation is a preservation tool, right? But he says he hopes that one day that anybody could be able to get any game. I think Phil Spencer is trying to position because he knows Xbox has not been getting so good press. So I think he might be trying to use this as an angle to, hey, come over here. If you don't want to deal with Nintendo shutting you down, hey, holler at me. That's what I think he's trying to say.
He might take the role of at games. Where just bring all your ROMs and stuff over here. We don't care. Just emulate all you want. We just won't say anything to anybody.
Just won't say nothing. That's what I think he's doing. But I did think that was interesting, guys, that Phil Spencer threw his quote in there. So
definitely. Very
that's
cool.
it.
Real quick, I got a quick one, guys. The last vintage 80s Chuck E. Cheese is going away.
Oh.
They are revamping it. They're not wiping it completely, but they're going to revamp it. It is the last one in existence that is from the 80s era. So that kind of sucks. I hate to hear that. But
hopefully someone's going in and claiming the robotic Rock of Fire Explosion show or whatever it is.
Hey.
I don't know if those exist anymore.
They don't exist.
Those are awesome. I know some people that have a couple of those, and it's like a 16-track system. You can make them sing Def Leppard if you want to.
It's an amazing system. It really, I've seen a couple of videos about those too. Very impressive back in the day.
And I've been here, quarter. So for those folks that in Southern California, this place is in the valley. I went to a birthday party. Yeah, in Reseda. So in Reseda is where they filmed Karate Kid. So it's not far from a lot of the filming locations. So it's probably one of the hottest spots out there as far as retro stuff. And I hate to see this kind of go away. But hey, we got to move on, right?
Has a smart idea here. But the thing is, they're not selling it. They're just going to revise it for modern day look.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, Jared, it's not for sale because that would be a very good idea if somebody bought that to preserve it to that look.
That would be, yeah.
Man, that's a smart idea.
And
that really
they're
is.
getting rid of the one video game they still have left and turning that one game into a ticket thing.
Oh my God!
They probably have like a class of '82 or whatever with Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and Galaga, and now they get rid of that. They're no longer a retro arcade.
Well, they still got the colors too. When I went in there. Those same colors, I don't know what kind of, I call it the synthwave colors. They're still in there. The decor is still the same. So pretty interesting.
Definitely. All right, guys, let's bring on our guest tonight. We are excited to talk to him. Mark Lemmert. He has a really cool game. Let's check it out here.
What was once old is new again. From 6502 Workshop comes a new 8-bit game for the Apple II, Mac, and PC. Nox Arcaist. Explore a rich and detailed fantasy world with a vast storyline, full of cities and towns to explore, and NPCs who may or may not be eager to help you. Travel the world, both on land and by sea. But beware of furious monsters and raging storms as you fight your way to fame and riches to defend the realm from shadow and darkness. Explore the realm of Nox Arcaist.
Wow.
So there you go, guys. We have Mark Lemmert with us here. Friend, thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight.
What's going on, man?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
I saw that extra quote from Becky Berger on there. I didn't know you'd reach out to her. For those of you that most people know Richard Garriott from Ultima stuff, Lord British, but Becky Berger there, Rebecca Heineman, she also goes by, is from Bard's Tale stuff. So you got some good vibe going on this stuff. And also, by the way, current issue of the magazine. Just so you get that in there.
Nice. It's
Nice
open
looking
review in the magazine.
Yeah, there's a nice write-up in the magazine. You haven't read your magazine yet.
Uh-oh. No.
I haven't yet. I haven't had time yet.
Well, Mark, I mean, this project's been around for a long time. Tell us a little bit about how this whole came up and your love of games that led to all this.
Sure. So, I guess just real briefly, an introduction to what Noxercast is all about for any of your viewers that aren't familiar with it. It's a sword and sorcery themed role-playing game inspired by games from the 1980s like Ultima, Wizardry, and Bard's Tale. It's unique in that it runs on original Apple II hardware and even on 5 1/4-inch floppy disks.
Wow. Wow.
And also runs on modern computers via emulation. We've got it up and running actually on Steam and Good Old Games, where the emulator is entirely behind the scenes and you just click and go, just like you can play your favorite Ultima and other games from the 80s on Good Old Games as well. It's kind of same concept there with the emulation.
So you're selling it on the 5 1/4s?
Well, I do have to put a little disclaimer and say that while we do have the collector's edition is still for sale, the box set that has the printed manual.
Wow.
Nice.
With Dennis Lubay's cover art on it. He was the artist for the Ultima box sets and also the
cloth map.
Oh, that's sweet, man. I love that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Handful of other feelies in the box as well, but unfortunately the 5 1/4 disc, we ran out of those a long time ago, so unfortunately those are not available anymore. However, you can, if you have a little bit of Apple II technical savvy, there's lots of YouTube videos on it, you can make your own. There's a USB drive in the box that looks like a little floppy disk actually that has the disk images that can be essentially transferred to physical floppy disks. Takes a little technical know-how to do it. Great video on the Assembly Lines podcast that actually demonstrates the process of doing it with Noxercast actually.
I love it.
It's totally possible to still run the game that way. Yeah, that's kind of what it's all about. And to answer your question about, how did I get into all this and where did it all come from? It really goes back to playing games as a kid in the 80s, where I think so many of us have, wonderful memories of doing that. And, my first RPG that I played was Ultima 3. And after that, played 4 and 5. And, I just fell in love with that genre. And at the same time, I was learning how to program on computers as well. And a lot of what drove me to learning programming was to try to recreate a game like the games that I was playing. And I never finished anything as a kid, but learned a lot of programming and, came back at it, about 7 years ago, started the Noxercast project, which is really just sort of picking up where I left off, all those years ago. And still had some of the schematics in my head of, an Apple II game engine, et cetera, and wrote it from scratch in 6502 assembly language with the goal to basically recreate the CRPG experiences that many of us remember, from our childhood in that era, and also apply modern sensibilities to game design to the degree that we could on an 8-bit platform. For example, pop-up windows, menu-driven interface for inventory and merchants, quest log, a few other quality of life features like that, which were just not found in the games of that day. We pushed the hardware right up to the edge of what it was possible.
We got a question here. Where can you buy it?
You can get it a couple of places. Our website or our web store at 6502workshop.com. That's our website. Then just click shop to go into the web store, and you'll find a digital download edition. You'll find the collector's edition. You'll also find a book of hints, which is available in print as well as in ebook format. You'll also find the Making of Nox Arceus book, print and ebook format, that tells really the story of making a game like this and how to kind of in a little bit more detail of what some of the challenges were and how we overcame them, and some of the fun stories as well of like, well, how did it come to be that Richard Garrius graciously gave us permission to put Lord British in the game, and how he and Steve Wozniak, John Romero, and a few others ended up becoming NPCs in a little Easter egg room we call the Hall of Heroes. That's all in the Making of Nox Arceus book. And you can also get the game on the digital version of the game on Steam and Good Old Games, as I think I mentioned before. But yeah, that's where it's available.
I tell you, man, this seeing the Apple II, and when just watching that video, it brought a lot of memories back, because in elementary school we had the one Apple II in the classroom, and the first game I played on that Apple II was Oregon Trail. So it's pretty cool that the Apple II is getting some love, and we got people coming out with for it. So it's definitely bringing those memories back.
What machine did you program this on? Was it an Apple II that you did the programming on?
The target platform was the Apple IIe, which was not the first Apple II. It was a couple models down the line, also not the last, kind of middle of the road. And it works on an Apple IIe and above. As far as getting a little bit into the programming side of it, the game absolutely could have been made sitting down at a physical Apple II computer like this one over here, plunking away at the keyboard. However, there is a modern day shortcut that I took, which is to use what's called a cross assembler. And the cross assembler runs on a modern platform, but you set the output binary to a different platform. And there's cross assemblers, for example, for Commodore, for Atari, and for Apple II. And so I wrote the code in this cross assembler and had it outputted as a binary Apple II machine language file. And then, through a few other technical gymnastics, would then transfer the code onto physical floppy disks to then test it on a real Apple II computer. And as an intermediary step, I could also test it on an Apple II emulator in a modern computer, and take the step of pushing it out to the floppies periodically just to kind of make sure everything was still on point, which was important because no emulator is perfect. And emulators are great for running software developed in the 1980s, because the developers of the emulators made sure, they plugged in their favorite games, made sure it worked. But you start writing new code, and I found that there are essentially bugs in emulators that I found where I was doing things that just were kind of off the beaten path and hadn't really come up. And the emulator would, because of the bug, allow me to do these sort of illegal operations and make it look like everything's fine, but I put it on the real hardware and it would crash. But since the games of the 80s were made on the real hardware, that forced it to follow all of the rules. Then it goes in the emulator and, it's just fine. But going back the other way, not as easy.
What sort of music do you have on this?
We've got music using the Apple II sound card called the Mockingbird. It was an add-in card back in the day, and Ultima was actually one of the few games that had music that was written for, available for this add-on sound card. But we've got support for that in the game. When the splash screen comes up, there's some music that plays, as well as in-game, in combat, or you're going into a dungeon. There's kind of scene change music that will play out of the Mockingbird.
So, Mark, do you have any other games? I mean, now that you got this bug here rolling with the Apple II, do you have any other plans for any other titles, or you just focus on getting this one pushed out?
Well, actually, this has been out since 2020. This was released December of 2020.
Oh, so this one, okay, this one's out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the as far as going to the website and Steam and Good Old Games, everything mentioned before, that's not for a pre-order. You can actually get the game today.
Perfect. All right.
And it's been tested by thousands of people at this point. Very stable.
Well, that's good. Like you said.
We did release a DLC expansion on May 1st called Lord of Storms. And that adds a couple new features to the game, like allowing you to rename your characters, including the NPCs that join you. And you're able to do a few odds and ends, things like disable magic and quick combat. And it adds a new quest and some new items, some really awesome, unique drops in there. And that's again called Lord of Storms, released on May 1st, and also available everywhere. That mentioned before, for the original game, our website, Steam Good Old Games, and the Lord of Storms expansion. If you do happen to have a real Apple II computer, you should know that Lord of Storms expansion, even though that it is DLC, it is playable on the original hardware as long as you have a hard drive card. However, the Lord of Storms expansion is not compatible with floppy disks. So for that one, you got to have the hard drive card for, or play it in an Apple II emulator on a modern computer, of course.
Yep.
Nice. Got a question here for you. What is the size of the games once they're finished? What size is this? 112K?
I was gonna say what 112?
Yeah, well, it fills up literally within a couple of bytes of every byte of the 128K of RAM that's in one of these Apple IIes, and that's like less space.
Wow.
And the total space on the 8 disc sides of the 4 double-sided 5 1/4 discs, that adds up to about a meg of space.
Wow.
Less than a typical email.
I haven't heard that one in a minute.
Well, the good news is, in terms
That's
of
funny.
gameplay, it is second to none, especially by modern standards. There's over 100 hours of gameplay in the original Noxer Chaos game.
Cool.
It is an epic adventure, and the Lord of Storms expansion, players are telling me about 15 to 30 hours, depending on how detailed you are with your map making and things like that. And the good for map makers out there, you're gonna love this. This is old school map making on graph paper, like
Throwback.
the games of the day. And if you're not a fan of doing that, for the original game, the good news there is that the Book of Hints mentioned before, it's got all the maps in there. So it's kind of choose your style.
Man, I tell you, I miss the days. I mean, I like how you all those goodies you pulled out, the cloth map, the Book of Hints, all these different things, the big boxes. I ain't gonna lie, I miss getting the game and opening it up and wow, what's in here? Oh, look at this big map, a poster, and this and that. I mean, I'm glad you've captured the essence of buying that new game, which is pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely the goal here was, to make games like it was 1989. And
whoo. Man.
William, yes, we do still play on Pi Packer. It's actually called jam.gg now. We're actually going to be using it very soon for our Nintendo unofficial championship coming up on the 15th. So be around for that. And yes, we are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So we're all over the place right now, man.
So you know what I want to know, Mark, maybe you could tell me, because now you got me wanting to get Apple II, a physical one. How much do those things run these days, man? It got to be, they're so popular again. I think the price has to be up on a vintage Apple II. What's the price resale on that right now, on an original?
Well, that's a good question. Honestly, I haven't looked myself in a long time. I built up a whole lab of Apple II computers. I got like 7 of them.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Because I had to test the game in development on each and every platform because there's slight in the ROM chip. Even though they're backwards compatible, that doesn't happen magically. There's programming adjustments that have to be made to take into consideration these ROM differences. So literally in my basement, I've got this lab of like 7 of them. But those I acquired. I think the last one I picked up about 5 years ago as I was building out this bench for development of Noxer Chaos. I can tell you at that time, you would probably be looking at a couple $100 for an Apple IIe, not including monitor or any, really any extras.
Right.
At this point, 5 years later, especially with the way inflation has gone, I wouldn't even hazard a guess, but I'm sure that it's more.
We got Messiah in here. He went and looked it up, and he's talking $300 to $1,000, a whopping $1,000.
Wow.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Mark, so do you have anything else planned? What's the next game that you're coming out with?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. Just fresh off of the release here of the Lord of Storms expansion, so I'm actively right now looking into other possible next projects, and I'm not quite ready to announce anything yet. But I will say I can tell you some things that are under consideration are another expansion, a sequel, possibly a book about basically how to program an RPG on an 8-bit computer. The Making of Nox Orpheus book does have some technical stuff, but it's really more about focused on kind of the journey, the highs and lows of the project and the obstacles and things. But I definitely am considering, if not the next project, at some point more of a step-by-step how to guide for anyone who would want to tackle a similar sort of project. So I'm going to need a few months yet to really kind of figure out which direction that I want to go in. I can also say that there are some projects that are in the works already that I'm not going to announce until they're basically almost done, because they depend on people other than me to a significant degree. And I don't want to speak for them on target dates or anything like that. And I should also say, on the projects that I spearhead, like Nox Orpheus in the expansion, I am supported by a wonderful team with that as well. I've got like 10 people that were involved in this project and made contributions with graphics and sound and the design of the feelies and things like that. But I'm doing the heavy lifting on the programming part, so I feel a little bit more comfortable announcing those projects when I'm actually ready to be working on them, so I can have a little bit better visibility in terms of how long they're going to take.
Very cool.
Nice.
Well, Mark, next time you have another DLC, the next game that you're releasing, let us know. We'd love to bring
let us know. On. Sure.
Yeah. If you create any sort of a tournament style game, let me know. Multiplayer game, let me know. We'd love to use it on the show. We're always looking for new multiplayer games.
Yeah.
When that comes around, let us know.
Absolutely. I will definitely do that.
Awesome. Well, Mark, we appreciate you being on.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, man.
Everybody go check out his site.
He's got some sweet merch too, No Quarter. Man, I'm looking at the shirts.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we've got shirts. We've got Nox Orpheus, the backpack, Nox Orpheus, the shirt. I've actually got, you're not going to believe this really isn't a joke back here. I've got Nox Orpheus, the flamethrower. For all fans of the Spaceballs movie with that merchandising scene. And
that's hilarious.
We made this up for the Kickstarter campaign that we ran long time ago. This is actually not for sale on the website.
That poster is sweet too behind you. That's a nice poster as well.
I love the art.
Man, artwork is great.
That is a full-size poster of the game manual.
Wow.
And that poster is for sale on the web store. Not framed, but the basically the exact poster that I've got there is on the store. And like I said, that's Dennis Loubet artwork, and on a Apple II game, and they're just not making too many of those anymore. So get it while you can.
Definitely. Well, Mark, thank you so much, my friend. We'll have you on again soon.
That sounds great. Thanks so much for having me.
Have a good one.
Buddy. Have a good evening.
Man,
that's pretty dope.
What a cool guy, man. I am excited to play that game. It's on.
I want to play for sure. I want to play on original hardware. Sace is going to be upset.
I know it's tough,
but
man,
I can't afford a $1,000 85. What year did that drop? 83, 80 something.
Early 80s. I know it's early 80s.
Yeah,
Super, super cool.
that's dope.
All right, guys, let's move on. I want to talk about a couple of our friends that have some shows popping. We got our pal Raskler. Go check him out every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Raskler and Shotgun Sean. Although those two louts never come on our show, we go on their show. We talk about them, so it's okay. I'm not gonna work them over too bad about it. Our good pal Six, he has a new show popping, and this is gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be a good one, yeah, for sure. Can't wait for this.
This is going to be a fun alter ego versus the logical guy sort of thing. It's a blast to watch. You guys, go check it out. It premieres June 3rd. He did not have the foresight to put the time on here, so
let's work him over on that. One
backhand on that, but sometime on June 3rd is when the show will pop. So check that out. Next month, first Friday of next month, guys, we are starting our new show. We are going to be doing dinner, drinks, and gaming, hanging out, doing retro stuff with the community. Here's King Creole's Caribbean punch drink recipe. Get all this stuff. You can make the same drink we're going to be doing that night. Same thing with the recipe for the dinner. Here's Casey's barbecue shrimp. You buy all the stuff, get ready to cook it with us live on the show. While we're cooking it, Messiah's going to be talking about his toys, his different retro movies, different games, different stuff like that. I'm going to be hosting live tournaments. All this stuff's going to be happening at the same time. It's going to be an absolutely insane, fun event that we're going to be trying to do once a month. So we'd love to see everybody there.
And we're taking music requests because we're going to be live. So we're going to be doing music as well.
Exactly. We got to talk to the RGA boys and ask them how the heck they did the live music thing, but it can't be that difficult, right? All right. This week's weekly tournament roundup. We got a ton of stuff this week, so let's check it out. Coming up on the 8th, right after our next show, we are having our next NBA Jam tournament, guys. Now get on our challenge.com/OSGLNBA. Get signed up. I don't know what we're going to give away yet on this, but we're going to give away something really cool. I haven't even gotten into that yet, but we'll give away something cool to the winner on this one. It's going to be a single elimination, pretty much what we did last time, but this time we're playing tournament edition. We're going to do NBA Jam TE. There he is. We're going to be doing our random games and random players, just like we did last time, which was an absolute blast.
Oh, yeah.
So we're bringing it back again. We hope to see everybody next week after the show. We have Walter Day on next week, so after his interview, we might go straight into this. I don't know. We'll see how long that goes.
Depends on how many people, but we do want to honor is NBA playoffs time, like No Quarter says, so why not do NBA Jam?
Exactly. Makes sense. We're timing it up perfectly here.
Yep.
After that, June 15th is going to be the whole episode, actually, or the episode after that one, guys, is going to be our Retro Gaming Olympics. We're not going to have a guest. We're going to just fire off our Retro Gaming Olympics, which is exactly what we do live at the trade shows. We play our Nintendo, the official World Championship cartridge. Our tournament, we're calling the unofficial, but we have the official cartridge here. Let's look a little bit at the promo video for this, guys. If you don't know what the Nintendo World Championship was, here we go.
King Kong. He's big, he's ugly, and he's no good at Nintendo. But you are. If you're a monster at Nintendo, you can join us at the Nintendo Power Fest at Universal Studios. You can compete for incredible prizes, play future games that no one else has played, and meet the Nintendo characters. It's the Nintendo Power Fest, only at Universal Studios Hollywood. Let's show Kong who's really king.
It was a dream come true for die-hard Nintendo fans. Over 10,000 of them packed the Oakland Coliseum when the Nintendo World Championships rolled in as part of a 9-month traveling extravaganza.
The Nintendo World Championships, its first year out, was really an idea that's been conceptualized about 2 years ago, brought out by demand of the players themselves, who seem to be socially interactive. They want to know who the best are. They're playing against with their families, with their peers, their friends. This is a way to bring Nintendo out of the house and into a show and really give those kids the spotlight that they deserve.
So think about this. Back then there was no internet. There was
no internet.
being able to type away and say, hey, man, I want to play Super Mario Brothers. What's your score? How did you get that high score? That didn't exist back then. This was your Facebook, going to these events like this. That's how it was. So we love to keep that fresh. We love to, honor that. And so that's what we're doing with our official World Championship. We are doing what they did back then. We're playing the exact cart, the exact way. It adds up the scores, and whoever has the highest score wins. We're going to be giving away a T-shirt on this, a couple other different things. So you definitely want to get in on this one. And actually, P-Dubs is going to team up with us on this. He's going to simulcast on his. We're going to have a blast, guys.
And it's been some trash talk, no quarter, because when P-Dubs released the promo video, he's called me out because I participated when I was in elementary in the New Orleans region, and I found out there was somebody else that got on P-Dubs' video. He commented that he participated in 12 and up. I was in the 11 and under division, and this other guy was in 12 and up. He took an L too. Obviously, we all took L's, but hey, it was a fun experience, and I'm looking forward to recreating that now as an adult. But man, it's been a lot of trash talk. P-Dubs has called me out. He said I'm going to lose. I don't know, no quarter. I should put some money on that. What you think?
I think everybody needs to be practicing this thing. It's not going to be easy. If you guys haven't done it yet,
it ain't going to be easy.
That rad racer
that's the hard one.
That's the hardest thing. If you get past that, because the way that it works is each game has a different multiplier. If you get your 50 coins, I don't know how many points you get from that. There's a certain amount you get.
I ain't gonna give away all my tricks, but yeah, the first order of business is getting those coins as fast as possible.
Because you got a timer as well. You have a timer, and you have to get as many points as you possibly can. So it was a really genius way of doing a tournament.
And dip switches on the cart. If you look at that cart, there's dip switches on there that you can set certain things on there, right on the cart.
Yep, right there.
That's mine right there. Right on the cart, you could just set the competition up the way you want to set it up. Profound for 1990.
I don't know how it is, but we're going to be running the ROM using jam.gg. We'll be able to send you guys a code or a link. You jump right in. You can play along instantly. It's going to be a blast. We're going to be playing along with the community. I hope everyone who joins us on that. All right, let's talk about MCAP's current Legends Ultimate Rescue 911 challenge this week. I've been playing this one already. This is one of the better tables on here. I absolutely love this table, especially in real life. That is
I love that. I love that table. That show scared me as a kid, though, no quarter. I ain't going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
That show scared the hell out of me.
You didn't want to wind up on that show.
No. No.
His Pinball FX Challenge. MCAP's Corner Arcade is hosting Swords of Fury this week on Pinball FX. This is the high-end, super beautiful graphics, PC-driven platform that you can play on the ALU, or the ALU and the ALP, I guess. But get in on that one. Our original Arcade High Score Challenge Club on Facebook, get in on that. Constant challenges, constant buffoonery. We're always clowning. We're always playing games. Hang out with us over there. Speaking of clowning around, our pals over at Retro Games Fun, go check them out. They have another challenge going on this weekend. I think we have 2 more days to vote. And then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you get to play the game. Whoever gets the highest score wins on this one. So go check that out. Our pal Warren over at the Neo Turf Masters Clubhouse. Hang out with us over there. We're always doing different stuff. We just streamed a live tournament, I think 2 weeks ago, and it was an absolute blast. So if you're a golf fan, hang out with us over there. Our pals at Polycade, they have got a ton of stuff going on. In fact, a bunch of in-person tournaments popping. This week right now, they have actually, I guess it's over with, isn't it? The Iran tournament is over with, but on June 15th, they have an in-person tournament at the Galactic Battleground in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I hope everybody goes to that and checks it out. We have Speedrunners tournament popping in Fort Lauderdale at Glitch Bar. We have Rampage Elimination Tourney popping at the Illinois Game Con. You might even see Ryan there.
Uh-oh.
I would like somebody to challenge Ryan to this. I want to see him prove that he can even play a game. I've never even seen him play a game, actually. I think. And now, on top of that, we also have one last one, Crazy Quarters Arcade, June 29th, high score run on that Ollie Ollie. Looks like a pretty cool game. I haven't played it yet. Some sort of a Tony Hawk skateboarding game. Our pal Moat, UAG, all those guys, they got some cool stuff popping. You can see their channel over at youtube.com/@MoatPlays. They got Mortal Kombat popping June 3rd. This is going to be a fun one. Our pal Console Fanboy's usually there. He's usually whipping up on them. Wow. I mean, if you guys haven't watched those guys play, you will be very, very impressed because they know what the heck they're doing with Mortal Kombat, I'll tell you.
Yeah, buddy, I got my butt kicked.
I'm not even going to run with these guys on Mortal Kombat. That's a waste of time for them and me. Season 2 is popping, guys, of 7-Eleven. First one, June 4th, Tekken 7. This is a beautiful game. This is the fighter probably to get, quite frankly.
Yeah, Tekken 7 is nice.
It's cheap and it's badass. So I would get in on that one if you're looking for a new fighter. Go hang out with those boys, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, June 4th. We will definitely be there. All right, let's see what in the heck Casey's got going on this week for the countdown. It's his top 5 LucasArts titles.
I had to come with something crazy this week, man. And I know you guys remember the LucasArts titles, the old school ones. So, no quarter. Give me number 5.
Number 5.
Hey, Day at the Tentacle. How many of y'all in the chat remember Day at the Tentacle? I call it no quarter those scum. What would it was scum VM. I know that's what they call it now.
Yep.
Those point and click games. This game had me by the you know what. I was in a trance by this game. I don't know what it was, but it was the storyline. It's hard to explain, but that took a lot of my life back in the day. So Day at the Tentacle was number 5 on my LucasArts.
This is one I never played, man.
Dude,
I never
got to play this game.
Number 4.
Dark Forces. Woo!
It's another one I didn't play.
What? You know what? Get him off the show. Get him off.
I'm fired. I'm gone.
He's fired. I want him out. You never played Dark Forces? Oh,
I never have, man.
This was another elite. Rich Wadello. Me and him always have the same game. This was another elite game. That's all I got to say. If you have not played Dark Forces, the series, go look it up. Watch some gameplay. Go play this game. I think it might be on Steam, y'all. I think they have it on Steam. Go find it. Go play it.
I'll tell you what happened to me is when I turned into a PC game player, Warcraft and StarCraft and Delta Force was all I played pretty much. It's all I played on PC. So when it came to all these other games, I didn't really have them and didn't really care about them.
He didn't care. Now, I played StarCraft too, but these games I had to play too. That's it. What you got for me? What's next?
Number 3.
Star Wars Racer. Now, I know this is cliche. I know y'all thought I was going to go with something obscure. But, dude, this was a hell of a game when it dropped. I done seen it on multiple platforms, but I played it on PC. And, man, it blew me away. I had that, I forgot the name of the game pads back in the day. But I was playing it on that. I had a yoke, a joystick on my PC. Star Wars Racer. Number 2.
I think I played this one in the arcade. I think it's one time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you played it on either not Dreamcast, arcade or somewhere else.
Number 2.
Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight. Now, when I saw this game, the realism with the graphic, I don't know, LucasArts put a ton of money in their production. I mean, for the time, we talking 96, 97, they put a lot of money into all of their games. And when you see what's number 1, you're going to realize why I said that.
Number 1.
Full Throttle. Oh, my God. The intro of this game alone was just unbelievable. Messiah says he's pulling my car. Hey, I don't care, Messiah. Full Throttle is. I'm about to say. Messiah, because Full Throttle is a hell of a game. The amount of money, if you go look at what they spent on Full Throttle and Dig. You guys remember the game Dig? Those games, they put movie type money into these games. I mean, and this is the 90s. So you can imagine the soundtrack was on point for Full Throttle. Gameplay was stellar, and I will play that right now. So that's my number one.
Nice.
Who's going to argue with me on that?
Nice. Very cool. Now, I shouldn't say that I didn't play any other games. I played a lot of Sierra games. I played a lot of simulators. I loved Red Baron. I played Red Baron.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was kind of weird because I didn't really like the current games. I played the older games for some reason on PC. I loved current games on consoles, but when it came to PC,
This is you playing older.
yeah, I was playing the older games for whatever reason, and StarCraft. That was my game, man. I played StarCraft,
man,
because they had so many different game modes. You didn't have to just play just the game. You had all these custom game modes, all this stuff. So yeah, man, me and my friends, that's all we did.
That Brood War expansion pack. Now, hold on. Messiah and Daniel pulling my card. A couple people said I left out Monkey Island. I left. Dude, it's 5. I was going to try to do 10, right? No quarter.
He didn't want to do 10. I told him 5. I ain't got time for 10.
So if y'all want to get mad at somebody, get mad at that guy.
Oh, boy. Get mad at me again, yeah.
Because I had 10 games. I had 10 games, y'all. I was going to do top because it's hard to call the LucasArts no quarter. You got to have 10. 5 is tough. So, but no quarter said he don't have time to hear 10. So I had to pick 5, guys. I know Indiana Jones should have been on there. It's a lot that got missed, but that's my 5.
A lot of those games that he talked about, Dig, is on Antstream. A couple of the other ones, they're on Antstream. Yeah.
Full Throttle's on there too, right? I mean, yeah. Wait a minute.
I don't know if Full Throttle's on there or not. Let's see here.
Check. Let's see, because I think it's on there.
What? Full.
That should be on there.
It is.
Wow. Hey, so there you go, y'all.
There you go, guys. Look at this.
Fire that off. No quarter.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah, fire that off. Let's show the people why I said number 1.
Let's see what we got. Let's see how long this loads. How long this takes to load here.
Hey, the intro is just, man.
Let's see here.
Whenever I smell asphalt, I think of Marine. That's the last sensation I had before I blacked out. The thick smell of asphalt. And the first thing I saw when I woke up was her face. She said she'd fix my bike. Free. No strings attached. I should have known then that things are never that simple. Yeah, when I think of Marine, I think of 2 things. Asphalt and trouble.
Rip Burger, you're dumber than dirt. Oh, Mr. Corley, if you'd only listen to my plan, my vision. I know your plan, Rip Burger. You're waiting for me to die.
Pretty cool.
Hey, I'm getting some love. 6 said Full Throttle needs to be number 1. Rich Wadello want to do a Full Throttle challenge. No, we ain't got time for that, Richard. No quarter. He on the time. Hey, we got time. We got to end the show, y'all. And we play this game, we gonna need 3 hours, 4 hours.
We'll have to pull it back out, guys. We'll have to do that.
Yeah, go to your challenge. No quarter.
Yeah, let's get to our game of the week here real quick, guys. Last week it was Dragon Blaze. Let's see if anybody even dared to compete.
Let me guess.
Let's see here. Where would I look at it here? Here we go.
Did Messiah play last week? I don't know. Has Messiah been on that? Has he been on that stream?
That's a good question. I better see his score on here. If he's not on here, he's going to be banned. Let's see here. Nobody, not a single. Look at this. Unbelievable. I'm really disappointed in every one of you. I'm at 93.
I don't see 6 playing. Mitchell, where's Sacro? Where's everybody at?
Unbelievable. It's all right. Because this week, we have a new one.
What you got?
Super Kickoff.
Is this multiplayer or keep?
No, this is not multiplayer, but you can still get a high score in. Let's see here. Where is it? Where are you? think it's here. It is. So yeah, let's see here. We'll play a little bit of this.
6 dropping hints. 6, you never told us a time, lout. What time? Put in the chat what time, bro.
Let's see here. I don't know what's what, so I'm going to just hit buttons here.
Yeah, Messiah. Go to the friends of Old School Gamer, and everybody drop their ant stream names. Friends of Old School Gamer. Yep. Everybody drop their names in the friends of Old School Gamer. Look at that old school Sega gamepad. Thanks, Messiah. Appreciate that.
Go. What do I got to do? There we go.
6, what time is the premiere? Please put that in the chat. I've never seen this one.
Oh, this is fast. Wow.
Dragon over there, he ain't paying attention to us. He's playing Diablo 4. I knew it. That's why he was late to the stream. He's over there playing Diablo. I'm jealous. Now this is an interesting take on the sports game. That top-down view. I don't know, man. This might.
Dude, this is tough. I can't believe how fast it is.
Hell yeah, it's tough. The angle, the viewing angle.
So this is the game of the week, guys. Get as many points as you possibly can. Whoever gets the highest will win.
Hell yeah. That's tough as hell on sports, bro.
Yeah. Out of this. All right. So that is the game of the week, guys. Go check that out.
Listen at this louse, man. I'm about to ban 6 Productions out my chat.
What's he flapping about now?
He talking about 10 a.m. premiere LA time, but if you sub to his channel, you'll get a notification.
Do I have to sign up to Patreon next? Listen to this. He's got it all figured out.
Oh, man. Hey, he's got it all figured out, man.
He hasn't released a single episode yet, but he's got it all figured out.
He got merch. He's talking about if you sub to my channel, then you going to get it. But 6, people got to get to your channel, and then they got to know what time so they can sub. But thank you for giving us the time.
We are going to launch a new segment soon, guys. We ran out of time tonight, but we will do a new segment where we're going to be challenging you live. We're going to be playing a couple of different games, and we will be placing scores on the AntStream leaderboard. As we're playing along, you play along as well. Try to beat our score. If you do, then you might win a prize. We will see. So expect to see that probably not next week, probably not the week after.
Couple weeks.
But the week after that, we will have time to actually do some full straight-on gameplay, which you'll be used to it by then because we're going to be doing a ton of gameplay here coming up. So that's kind of where we started. This format is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. Our usual show is just gameplay, right? That's all we focus on was gameplay. This one, we have the opportunity of having these great guests on. Ryan knows every single person in the world that is involved with retro gaming. And so
everybody,
it gives us the ability to talk to these amazing people, these industry experts, the people that made the games, the people that beat the games, the people that sold the games.
The whole spectrum.
Stuff. Yeah. So, we said, okay, we will do a guest segment. And so that's why our show has changed a little bit, guys. I know if you're used to our older shows, which we've got a couple of them now, been doing it for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
We've changed a little bit, but we're not going to be talking about news of cabinets, all kind of like what P-Dubs and those guys cover. We're not going to do that. We don't need to do that. They cover it amazingly well, and so why duplicate it? It doesn't make any sense. We're going to do our own path, right? Yep. So with that said, we appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much. We hope you go hang out with our friends that we talked about. Go check out Six's new show.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
check out Rascler and Shotgun Sean on their show on Tuesdays. And we hope to see everybody next Thursday for our Walter Day interview. I'm going to try to talk him into singing one of his songs for us because I'd love to hear it. I know he's been working
Spin the wheel.
Yeah. I know he's been working on. Oh, boy. Job, man.
Sacro for the win.
Good job. We almost did it again, huh? All right. You guys got another 10 seconds.
Hurry up.
Get your hashtag OSGL dropped in, guys, right now. ASAP. Go, 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 go.
And real quick, guys, Messiah is starting a thread on the Friends of Old School Gamer group. Please drop your screen names. Whatever you got, drop it on that thread just so everybody could add each other. All right, go ahead, no question.
Here we go. Let's spin this, guys. Where are we at? Here we go.
This will be said every damn week we do this.
How about 6 wins again? I don't know. We're probably going to have to respin her. Mr.
Jerry.
All right, Jer. You got yourself another.
Keep him on speed mail.
Actually, I don't think Jared did win I don't think he did win a puzzle yet. So, Jerry, you got himself a puzzle. I know he got himself the shirt. I want to see that shirt on the Old School Gamer website, or at least on the Facebook.
Yep.
I want to see that. Yeah, we might have to. I love Mr. Jer, but we might have to take him and 6 off the wheel for a couple of weeks.
And Messiah, because Messiah won twice. They got to go.
Yeah.
They got to go.
We might have to introduce that rule. If you win, you can't jump in for another month or something like that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. We love you guys. We love hanging out with you. We love spending time with you. So we hope to see you next week. Have a great one.
Peace.
Boom shakalaka! Hey everybody, it's Tim Kitcher here, the voice of some of your favorite video games like NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. And I'm here to talk to you about Old School Gamer Magazine. It's the magazine for retro gaming, and it's exploding. Kaboom! Old School Gamer Magazine now has twice the content, with new columns on retro gaming, arcades, retro computers, indie publishing, and a ton more. Plus gaming history, memories, and modern excitement in every issue. Find out when conventions are happening and what you might have missed at others around the country. Print issues come out every other month, and if you want to go green, digital options are available. If you aren't in the U.S., take a look at our digital options or the new print on demand through Amazon. This massively expanding magazine is all yours in print and digital for just $50 a year in the U.S., $75 in Canada, or digital-only subscriptions, including all of our back issues for just $20 a year. Visit oldschoolgamer.com and subscribe now. That's oldschoolgamer.com. Boom shakalaka!